Welcome to Suburban Death Metal Dad bonus tracks, episode 6. We're going to be talking about 2 releases: KRYPTS, Cadaver Circulation, and Writhing of Earth and Flesh. So I thought I would try something a little bit different this time. Instead of showing me just talking to the camera and showing stuff, me not being on camera being the difference here. Just trying something a little different. So anyway, starting with KRYPTS. So a little bit of background real quick. KRYPTS is a death doom band from Finland, formed in 2008. And they have 1 demo, 1 EP, a compilation with the demo EP and a rehearsal track, as well as 3 full lengths. So my introduction to KRYPTS was basically last year, later part of the year, just picking things out that I don't even know, never heard of, just based on going through, an online distro and seeing an album cover, band name, title, whatever, catches my eye. And this was one. I hadn't heard a single note and didn't do a pre-listen, just said I'm going to buy this and it'll come in the mail. I'll listen to it and see what happens. So, like I said, that was later in the year, like mid-December, let's say, that I got this in the mail. And I was just completely blown away by this album. I could not stop listening to it over and over and over again. And nowadays that's somewhat rare, especially with how many things come out that I, want to buy, as well as, just having time to listen to stuff. Really has to stick to get multiple listens. So this was one that just, like I said, I just loved it entirely right away. And it's 6 songs of Finnish death doom, and just has very catchy and punishing riffs. And they use some ambient, say, synth here and there in parts for atmosphere. It's not, overdone or anything. It's sometimes a bit subtle, which is nice. Dissonant notes, I hear Morgoth Odium, in this album and parts. Just that style, I don't know if it's an influence for the band at all, but I hear that through a Finnish death metal filter, let's say. And I just listen to this album so many times, over and over again. And, it's just absolutely killer. It's death doom, so there are slow doomy parts, but they're just so catchy. It's unbelievable. I'm not a huge doom fan, but I do like some doom. St. Vitus, Black Sabbath, slower parts, an incantation here and there. So anyway, Asphyx, as doom, but I'm not a mega doom fan. But anyway, death doom. So there's, a mix there, and it's just done so incredibly well. And I did buy the other 2 full lengths, the first and the second album. This is the 3rd album, Cadaver Circulation, and they are good. I did listen to the second one quite a bit, and it's very good. This one here I love more, but it's very good. And the first one I haven't given a lot of time to yet. I listened to it maybe once, I think. So here's the back of the album with the song titles. And opener, Sinking Transient Waters, is just all that stuff I talked about. I think you can pretty much hear all of it just in this song alone. It starts off fast, it slows down, speeds up again, slows down, has atmosphere, all that stuff. And it's just an incredible song in my opinion. And going on to track 2, The Reek of Loss, another great song, has a cool, little bit of a dissonant opening riff, I think, and just is another great song. And one of my favorites, track 3, Echoes Emanate Forms, just killer, just like the first 2 songs. Into Mycelium, and then, which is also very good. Like I said, first 4 tracks, amazing. And track 5, Vanishing, is one of my probably second or maybe first favorite on the album. It's just doesn't have a lot of vocals. It's almost like an instrumental, but there is some growling in it, and it's just so incredibly punishing and catchy. It's amazing. And then last track, Circling the Between, also, great track, great closing track. Next up is Writhing from Australia. They're a death metal band formed in 2019. They have one 7-inch vinyl EP and then this full length of Earth and Flesh. And like KRYPTS, I just picked this up, going through a distro online, looking for something, to catch my eye, that I hadn't heard of before that might be cool. And I saw this and I liked the album cover and cool name and everything. And like I said, didn't check out any of the music, just bought it, and received it. And this was, I think maybe a little earlier than KRYPTS. This might have been maybe around October or something when I first heard it of last year. And once again, just blown away. It was something different. There's it's Australian death metal, but it's not just straightforward. Having a difficult time figure out who to compare it to as far as the weird notes and riffs that I'm hearing. I was thinking maybe like Gorguts, The Erosion of Sanity, maybe something like that. It's just a little different, not like things that I normally buy or have. So it's just a really cool death metal sound, and like just listen to it over and over again and just really pleased with it. And I think it's just a killer death metal band. They have their kind of their own sound. At least I don't know of any band that sounds quite like this. But it's it's death metal, but I feel there's a bit of originality compared with some of the things I've heard recently, the last several years. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff out there, newer bands. But yeah, this is an awesome album. So yeah, I was thinking, this has kind of a mechanized death metal sound. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, like I said, but opener, Monolithic Extinction, great opening track. Has that weird dissonant type riff going on, notes, as the song opens, and it's just really killer and becomes a great death metal song, and goes right into the next track, that which becomes Death. Another great song. Just continues punishing. And title track of Earth and Flesh, that's one of my favorite songs on the album. It's has a unique sound to it. I like it. Atonal. I'm not sure exactly how I want to describe it, but very cool, great track, and listen to it over and over again, along with track number 4, Concealed Within the Soil. That is another great song, another favorite of mine. And on the side B, Uncreation, Passages of Misery, Squalid Sanctum, all very solid death metal tracks. The band continues playing their own unique sounding death metal. And then another favorite is closing track, Portal to Unhallowed Realms. Another favorite, unique, odd sounding notes going on throughout the song. It's just an amazing death metal album, and I can't wait to hear what Writhing does next. All right, thanks for checking out the video and listening to me ramble about these 2 amazing death metal albums. Check them out if you haven't. See you in the next one.